Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Housewives Newbie takes shots at Jen Shah. Will the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City ever move beyond Jen Shah? The former housewife hasn't been on the show for 2 seasons, but her presence still hangs over the cast. Newbie Bronwyn Newport fired shots at comparisons to Jen Shah. Season 5 of Housewives will premiere next month with familiar faces and a few new ones. Bronwyn Newport joins the reality show as a full-time housewife, replacing Monica Garcia, who was fired after 1 season. The newbie joins returning stars Lisa Barlow, Heather Gay, Angie Katsanevas, Meredith Marks, and Whitney Rose. Mary Cosby is once again a full-time housewife. Brittany Bateman and Maylee Workman join Season 5 as friends of. But it seems some viewers are stuck in the past. One RHOSLC fan called out Bronwyn Newport on social media, telling her that she could never be Jen Shah. Jen Shah is currently serving a 6-plus-year prison sentence after pleading guilty to wire fraud in 2023. Her prison release date is in 2028. Despite not being on the show since Season 3, Jen Shah was a hot topic in Season 4 when Heather Gay accused her of giving her a black eye during a cast trip. The former RHOSLC star denied the accusations from prison through a spokesperson. Bronwyn Newport shut the troll down with a major diss against Jen Shah. Mostly because I pay the designers who dress me. Full price, up front. I value and appreciate their work. She added that she doesn't know the former Bravo celebrity personally, but has had Jen's former designers reach out. Bronwyn Newport made a stunning impression in that RHOSLC trailer with her outlandish wardrobe choices. She's a fashion influencer and self-proclaimed fashionista. With a background in finance, Bronwyn is a former Broadway producer. Most importantly, the newbie has an in with the cast. She's been friends with Lisa Barlow for years. Reality Tea noted that Bronwyn Newport recently became a citizen of the United States and will vote in her first election this year. She's also a political activist and a former Mormon. She was reportedly kicked out of the church after getting pregnant while attending Brigham Young University in Utah. What do you think about Bronwyn Newport's response to Jen Shah comparisons? Sound off in the comments. The air in Salt Lake City crackled with the kind of tension only a new season of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City could bring. The majestic snow-capped mountains stood as silent witnesses to the unfolding drama, which, this time, promised to be more explosive than ever before. The cast was buzzing with the arrival of a fresh face, a newcomer who was about to shake up the group's dynamics and take aim at none other than the infamous Jen Shah. In the world of reality television, new blood often meant new alliances, fresh feuds, and untapped reservoirs of shade. The introduction of Brooke Kingsley, a glamorous and outspoken entrepreneur with a penchant for controversy, was no exception. From the moment she stepped onto the scene, it was clear that Brooke wasn't here to play nice. She had done her homework, and the first name on her hit list was Jen Shah, the notorious housewife whose legal troubles had rocked the Bravo universe. Brooke made her grand entrance at a lavish charity gala hosted by Lisa Barlow, the self-proclaimed Queen of Sundance. The event was as extravagant as one would expect from a Salt Lake City soiree. Crystal chandeliers glittered overhead, and guests mingled beneath towering ice sculptures and cascades of white roses. The air was thick with the scent of money, ambition, and just a hint of malice. Jen Shah, as always, was the center of attention. Draped in a designer gown that shimmered like liquid gold, she held court among her followers, her laugh ringing out like a battle cry. But Brooke, with her sharp eyes and even sharper tongue, was unimpressed. She watched Jen from across the room, her mind already crafting the perfect strategy to dethrone the queen. As the night wore on, Brooke made her move. She glided over to Jen's circle, her own gown, a sleek black number that clung to her like a second skin, commanding attention. The other women sensed the tension immediately, the shift in the room's energy as Brooke approached. "Jen Shah," Brooke said with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes, "I've heard so much about you. I'm Brooke Kingsley." Jen returned the smile, though hers was more of a smirk. "Oh, have you now? All good things, I hope." Brooke tilted her head slightly, her eyes narrowing. "Well, that depends on your definition of good, doesn't it?" The other women exchanged uneasy glances, sensing the brewing storm. Jen's smirk faltered for a moment, replaced by a look of curiosity mixed with annoyance. "I'm sure you'll find that I'm exactly who I say I am," she replied, her tone carrying the weight of a challenge. Brooke chuckled softly, the sound low and dangerous. "Oh, I'm sure you are. But then again, it's not about who you say you are, is it? It's about who the courts say you are." A collective gasp rippled through the group, and all eyes were on Jen, whose expression had turned icy. The room seemed to hold its breath, waiting for her response. But before she could speak, Brooke continued. "I mean, let's be honest," Brooke said, her voice dripping with fox concern. "We all know the headlines, the accusations. It must be exhausting, trying to maintain this image while everything crumbles around you." Jen's eyes flashed with anger, but she kept her composure, barely. "You think you know me?" she asked, her voice dangerously low. "You think you can come in here and throw shade when you don't even know what I've been through?" Brooke's smile widened, but it was devoid of warmth. "I don't need to know what you've been through, Jen. I just need to know what you've done. And from where I'm standing, it looks like you've done a lot. A lot of damage, a lot of lying, and a lot of pretending." The room was electric now, the tension almost unbearable. The other women stood frozen, unsure whether to intervene or let the confrontation play out. Heather and Meredith exchanged worried glances, while Lisa tried to catch Brooke's eye, silently pleading for her to back off. But Brooke was relentless. She had come prepared, and she wasn't about to let Jen off the hook. "You see, I don't have anything to hide," she continued, her voice rising slightly. "My life is an open book, and I'm not afraid of the truth. Can you say the same, Jen, or is everything just a smokescreen?" Jen's composure finally cracked. Her eyes blazed with fury, and she took a step closer to Brooke, her voice trembling with barely restrained rage. "You have no idea what you're talking about," she hissed. "You don't know me, you don't know anything about my life. You're just a wannabe, trying to make a name for yourself by tearing others down." Brooke didn't flinch. Instead, she met Jen's fiery gaze with a calm, steely resolve. "Maybe I am," she said coolly, "but at least I'm not trying to fool everyone into believing I'm something I'm not. At least I'm not hiding behind lies and fake friends. The truth has a funny way of coming out, Jen. And when it does, I'll be the first to say, 'I told you so.'" With that, Brooke turned on her heel and walked away, leaving Jen standing there, seething with anger and humiliation. The room was silent, the other women too stunned to speak. This was no ordinary newcomer, they all realized that now. Brooke Kingsley was a force to be reckoned with, and she had just declared war on Jen Shah. As the night wore on, the tension lingered in the air, thick and suffocating. Jen tried to regain her composure, but the damage was done. Brooke had made her mark, and the cracks in Jen's facade were more visible than ever before. The rest of the evening passed in a blur of forced smiles and uneasy conversations, but everyone knew that the real drama had just begun. Brooke's bold confrontation had set the stage for a season filled with betrayal, backstabbing, and bitter rivalries. And as the cameras continued to roll, capturing every whispered word and sidelong glance, it was clear that Salt Lake City would never be the same again. Brooke Kingsley had arrived, and she was ready to take on the queen. The only question was, how far would she go to claim the throne?